some short introductory remarks before I turn over to this distinguished panel to give us some of their thoughts on the issue. So firstly, I'm glad to be here. I think we work very closely with Africa Investor over several years now to try and put the agenda of public-private partnerships in infrastructure on the stage. And I think the chairperson has actually laid out very well, why more infrastructure is needed, what's the size of the challenge. And given the size of this challenge, obviously a more programmatic approach to development of infrastructure finance and PPPs is needed and consists of three broad strands that we've already heard about. Firstly, really to look at regulation and policy certainty for investors that cuts across the continent beyond national levels. Secondly, to have a programmatic approach to the development of a deal flow of transactions, whether those are at the national level or cross-border in nature. And then the third and critical element is on financing packages and risk allocation amongst different players in the development of infrastructure finance. So that's, I think, the long-term vision. In the short term, obviously, whilst all of this is being put into place, as a consequence of private sector initiative, we're often going to see particular transactions that are brought to the table that are unsolicited in nature. And so the real challenge here for all partners, whether governments, whether development finance institutions, whether donors, even the private sector itself, is how do we make sure that these are the best deals that are available and that they are brought to the table in a manner that really benefits Africans.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.